Okay. So multiple schemas can exist in one database and multiple data warehouses can exist in one database. It's like this.
Oh, so the schema you're talking is not for MicroStrategy?
Yeah, currently I'm talking about Oracle schemas.
Oracle schema, okay. Then
yeah. So in Oracle,
one database can have multiple schemas, but
yes, one database can have multiple schemas.
So the one schema is only belongs to one database?
Yes, one schema can belong to one database. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so the relationship should be a one-to-many.
Yeah, you can understand like we have a universe, okay, and there can be multiple databases in one, data warehouses or schemas in one universe. It's not relationship. It's kind of you say there is a space. Let's say consider a hard disk. Okay, you have one hard disk. You have 500 GB there. You divided that 500 GB into 5 drives. So each drive can act as a schema, and each schema will have different set of attributes. Not attributes. Each schema will have different set of tables. Hello?
Yes, I can understand what you're talking, but I don't get your point.
Okay. Not so like that. So let's take this example. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the ETL process. Leave this. This is an operational system, ERP, CRM, and flat files. So these are different data sources. This will also have database in tables. This is also a database. So it's a database. Okay. This whole thing you can consider as wherever it is stored, you can consider it as a database server. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So once you get data from a transactional system, let's say let's say one retail shop, transaction is happening every day. Data is stored in their database. Okay. So it will be like a data source. We consider it as a data source. When they store it, we call that system as OLTP, Online Transaction Processing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah. So OLTP is a different type of database, and OLAP is a different kind of database. So the data stored in the retail transaction system of a retail shop will get stored for years and years. Once we have 2 years or 3 years of data, so the retail shop want to do some analysis on that data. So that data they will give some company who provide analytic service.
Yes.
Okay. They will take that data as a data source. So that data source is also a database. Once
yes.
they do ETL, extract, transformation, and loading.
Yeah, I know.
So what they do is they try to segregate data in different tables. They create different lookup tables. They create different fact tables based on the reporting requirement.
Oh, so I think the lookup table or some other table is not physically stored in the customer's database?
No, they can store it or they cannot store it. It's kind of a data dump. Okay.
Yeah.
So some processing will be required to create a table structure which means through which reporting can be supported. Okay. So once we get a data source, we do some processing on that. We remove some extra elements. We add some extra elements from our side. Okay.
Yeah.
We create different tables based on different elements present in the data source and create data warehouse. So database and data warehouse are the same thing. They can be stored in a database server. The database server can be Oracle or SQL Server or some other database. Okay. So database and data warehouse are same. Data warehouse is used as a term for, let's say after ETL, whatever we get, we call it as data warehouse. Before ETL, it is a data source or database, simple database. Okay, so data warehouse is also database.
Data warehouse is the database after processing the raw database.
Yes.
Okay.
So data warehouse you can consider as a OLAP system. Data sources can be considered as a OLTP system. Data coming from OLTP system is data sources. Once ETL is done, then it will become a part of OLAP.
Oh, I see.
Online analytical processing.
Yeah.
It will have historical data stored.
Yeah.
It will have transactional data. Okay,
it
will be a raw data, and this will be a processed data.
So it is possible that the data warehouse gets data from multiple data sources.
Yeah, multiple data sources. Like this, these are the multiple data sources. Flat files, CRM, ERS, ERP, system.
Then for one project, there's only one data warehouse. Is that right?
No, there can be multiple data warehouses. It depends, but generally there is only one data warehouse.
Sorry.
So generally there will be only one data warehouse, but in case it is required, then we can have multiple data warehouses for one single project.
Okay.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Hi, Leon.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, we'll continue.
Yeah, we can continue now. So you got the points, right? Means what is data warehouse and what is database. So
Yes.
conceptually, means basically, in physically there is no difference. Conceptually there is difference.
Yeah, I see. Then how about the metadata?
Yeah, metadata is data about data. So
Yes.
metadata is also, so let's say means in metadata there are separate set of tables. Okay. So let's consider this as a separate database. So here raw data. Raw data means again you have separate set of tables. You call this as a raw data, but all the tables are in the same data warehouse, right?
So will we store the raw data in the data warehouse?
You can do anything. It's not mandatory that you should have separate database for everything. But conceptually, what people do is they will store the required tables, only the required tables, in a particular database. So metadata and summary data. Raw data they have just put a name. So it's not means you can remove this one and you can consider only the summary data. The data that is required for reporting and OLAP analysis, data mining. These are the functions that can be done on a database. Okay, and we are focusing on this part.
Yes.
Right.
So
yeah.
So the metadata database is the data warehouse, or just part of the data warehouse?
It's a part of data warehouse. It can be. You can separate it, and we can call it a separate database with metadata database. Okay. It's totally flexible. It's not like you have to store metadata in the same database. You can have separate database as a metadata. Okay.
So for a real project, I mean, we need to create a data warehouse which includes the 3 parts for a project.
Yes.
So after we create the data warehouse with different databases, so if we shut down the data source server, so can we still do the reporting and the OLAP analysis?
I didn't got your question.
What I'm saying is, after we build data warehouse, if we disconnect it from the raw data source, as you can see, the operating system, ERP, CRM, use data source, can we still do the reporting and the OLAP analysis?
So we have extracted data from using ETL into different tables. Now, if you delete all these things, you can do reporting on this data warehouse, right? You don't need this one.
Okay.
You have created your own separate data warehouse, and you will do reporting on this database, not on this. These are the data sources, and this is data warehouse. All are database linking, but this is the warehouse from which we will doing our reporting.
Yeah, but I think you also mentioned for one project there should be only one metadata database, right?
Yeah, metadata can be for anything. Metadata means it's the general concept. Metadata can be for one. So Leon, metadata, which I explained you earlier, was for MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy has different components, so it can have its separate metadata. And that metadata is a kind of database. That's why it can be stored in database server. And we will call it as MicroStrategy metadata. This is database metadata. Okay. So let's say there are multiple metadata. The definition of metadata is data about data.
Yes, I know it's data about it, but my question is, since if one project can only use one metadata database, and for each data warehouse it consists at least one metadata database, so if one project
this metadata is totally different. For MicroStrategy metadata, there should be only one metadata, but for database, it will not be used in reporting anywhere. It is for database maintenance purpose. The metadata that I was talking about for reporting was for MicroStrategy maintenance, and this metadata is for database maintenance.
Oh, so these are two different kinds of metadata database.
Yeah, right. This is metadata is a concept. Okay, metadata is also a set of tables which will store data about data. What is data about data? If you have, so let's say you created one report in MicroStrategy. Okay, so in report you have multiple objects used, two attributes and one metric. So all these objects will have an object ID, just to recognize what is this, from where to get this object. So that object ID reference will be stored in the metadata, that this report ID will have this type of objects, and the object IDs of these objects is this. This data will be stored in, this information will be stored in metadata.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay. So that's about database and data warehouse concepts. So if you still have questions, so I think you will need to refer some online documents.
Yeah.
Okay, because I just need to give introduction and I need to focus on MicroStrategy more.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was about database, data warehouse concepts. Now there is a concept of business intelligence importance. So do you have any idea about what is business intelligence?
Yes. Basically, the purpose of business intelligence is to find useful information from the data. As you can see, data can be used for multiple purposes and with different technology and different ways to process it. It can give out different levels of information. So for the business intelligence, we want to help the customer to know what's happening before, what's happening now, and sometimes help them to predict what will happen in the future.
Yeah, so you are correct, but the main importance of business intelligence is to provide some, let's have, we have database, okay. So if we do not provide any kind of analysis on top of that, it will not make any sense for a manager of that company, right?
Yeah.
So now the what business intelligence do is it will apply some intelligence on the insight created based on database, and which will support a manager or a higher level authorities of a company to take decisions, and which will increase or which will sustain them in the market, or which can increase the performance or productivity of any kind of their product. So that's the business intelligence, means applying some intelligence from analytics side to have some useful information from data warehouse and present in a understandable format in the form of dashboards, report to the end users, or say the managers.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, so this business intelligence is always important, right?
Yes.
And it helps the higher authority to take decisions. So that is business intelligence. Now, why we need to choose MicroStrategy? So do you have any idea on what other reporting tools present in the market?
Yeah, there are lots of other reporting tools such as Cognos, SAP, SES, Burst, and also SQL Server.
These are different things. So reporting is different, ETL is different. For ETL we have SQL Server, SSIS, Oracle. So for Oracle also there is a ETL tool, and then there is an Informatica, Metadata. These are ETL tools which is used to extract, transform. These tools are used to create data warehouses. Once data warehouse is in place, then we will be doing reporting on top of that. And for reporting, Microstrategy is one of the tools. Yeah, tell me.
So I would say in the SAP, SAS, or SQL Server, they don't provide the reporting function.
So I am not sure about no, SQL Server doesn't provide any reporting solution. SQL Server is a database. Informatica is a ETL tool. SAS, BI, it provides some kind of analytics, but not very much used in the market. The main reporting tools that are used in market is Microstrategy, Cognos, Business Objects, ClickView, SAP BI. Then so there is one more. So there are many tools. So these are the major tools. Okay, so there is one more thing, Rome BI. So these are reporting tools. So there is a difference between reporting tools and ETL tools. ETL tools are used to extract data from data source to create data warehouses. And reporting tools are the tools which do some reporting on the data warehouse.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Just step of the
and in the market, so in market, Microstrategy is one of the best tools amongst all other tools. Basically, it's the best tool. So it's the number one tool as proved by this Gartner survey.
So I think for a customer, if they want to see the final report, they need to use first the ETL software, then also the reporting software.
Right.
Oh, okay. So is there any company provide some software with both these functions?
Sorry?
Is there any company that provides software with these both of these functions?
Company provide what?
Provided both the ETL
Yes,
function and the reporting function.
Yes. All the companies which work on business intelligence side, they provide both ETL and reporting.
So for each BI company, they provided both these services, but they do it using different software.
They use different software. It depends on them. So there are different kind of costing. There are different requirements. So based on the costing they can handle, they choose reporting tools.
Okay. Then what ETL software connects with Microstrategy best?
Sorry?
The Microstrategy could be connected to other ETL software.
So it's not required to connect to ETL software. ETL software's job is to convert a data source into data warehouse.
Yeah.
Data source will also be in a database, and data warehouse will also be in a database. Okay,
yeah.
So Microstrategy needs to connect to database, not a ETL software.
But for different ETL software, the final data warehouse may be different. Is that right?
No, that's not correct. So data warehouse will be designed by us. The data warehouse is what? It's a table structure format. Means for each table, what should be the structure? Okay, so database, it's not like you will use ETL tools, different ETL tools, so it will give different type of data. The data will remain same, right? So you will
but sometimes the format or some setting can be different.
No. Database is database. There is no setting like that will be different if it will come out from different kind of ETL. So give me 1 second.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not like that if you extract data if you create data warehouse using different ETL tools, it's not like that the data warehouse will be different. It's not like that. It totally depends on you what type of table structure do you want. The structure and everything will be same. setting will be related to database, not ETL tool. If you are using Oracle, then the data source will be in Oracle, data warehouse will be in Oracle. In between, you will use ETL to extract data from data source and transform it and load into the data warehouse. So whatever tool you use, output can be same, or it just depends on you. What type of output do you want? It will give the same output using different ETL tools. They will use different transformation methods, but the output can be same. It depends on you what type of output you want.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So the introduction part is covered, right?
Yeah. No, one question is,
yeah, tell me.
I know the Microstrategy is a relational OLAP, but there's also some multi-dimension OLAP. So which one is better?
Yeah. So in MicroStrategy, relational and dimensional both are both are the same concept. It's not like it's a different concept. People generally call it as a different concept, but it's not like that.
Again?
So I'm saying that relational. What is your question? So MicroStrategy will work well with dimensional modeling.
I know, but my question is, MicroStrategy is relational OLAP system software, but some other like Cognos or some other BI software.
I have no idea about other tools. Okay, so I have not worked on Cognos or BO. I just know that these are the other tools present in the market which can be used for reporting. But MicroStrategy is the #1 tool as per Gartner survey. So that's the thing I know. And MicroStrategy supports relational or dimensional data models.
Okay.
And relational and database models means dimensional models means we have separate lookup tables for each kind of attribute. Okay, so it's like that. It's not like that there is only one table and you are fetching data from that table and sewing it into the report.
Yeah, I
know.
have
multiple tables.
I know.
Yeah, you know this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any idea about the star and snowflake schema?
Sorry, what? Can you say that again?
So there are different kind of database models. One is star schema, and the other is snowflake.
Snow?
So,
yeah, star snow.
Do you have any idea about this table, this schemas?
Yeah, I think I have a rough idea, but I'm not so sure.
Okay, let me explain you. So this will come in the database and data warehouse concept. Okay, so here you can see there are different kind of schema. What is star schema? And then there are different forms of snowflake schema. Okay, so let's consider a simple hierarchy of time.
So there are two kinds of schema. One is the star schema, the other one is the snowflake schema.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, in case of star schema, what happens is the primary characteristics, primarily the difference is you have only one single table for the whole hierarchy. So these are the column names.
This is the star schema.
Yeah, this is a table from star schema.
Okay.
So all the hierarchy elements like day, month, quarter, and year, all are in the same table, stored in the same table. So this is considered as a star schema. Now in snowflake schema, there can be fully normalized snowflake schema, partially denormalized, partially denormalized snowflake schema, and fully denormalized snowflake schema. Okay.
Yeah.
In fully normalized, so the MicroStrategy, for MicroStrategy we prefer to have fully normalized snowflake schema. I will explain you later why. The reason behind this is we will not be able to understand only when you have created at least 10 to 15 reports. Okay, so I will explain you why snowflake schema. Okay. Now you have the lowest level table as day ID, day description, and only the child ID of parent. So you can see that at each level only have the immediate parent ID, not the whole columns.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. In the denormalized, partially denormalized snowflake schema, you have ID of all the parents. Month ID, quarter ID, year ID, all the parents. Quarter ID, year ID.
Okay.
All the parents, okay? And in denormalized snowflake schema, fully denormalized, you will have all the tables in one single table, here also, and here also. You have separate lookup tables, but have all the columns for parents as well. So this table can be considered as a part of star schema. But also we have this table. But in case of star schema, you will not have separate tables as this.
Okay.
Okay, this is the basic difference between star and snowflake schema.
Okay.
And if you want to research further, you can go Google. You will find many documents, because I can't spend much more time on this. This is the whole idea of star and snowflake schema.
Got it. Yes. Okay.
So that's it. Now, so the introduction part is covered. The configuration objects. So creation of DSN we have already done, right?
Yeah.
Set up metadata to a project source. So that can be covered later. Let's leave for that, because after giving a proper reporting consent, I will ask you to create a project and you can attach a metadata to that. So we will do that later. So the configuration object thing is a one-time effort. Once you have done, you can create multiple projects for years. So it's a one-time effort. I will spend time later on that. It's not a kind of concept. It's like a process or a mechanism. Once you know it, so know it. Once you have done it, so done it. You don't need to change it again and again.
Okay.
Set up database to the projects that we have already done. We created DSN and database instance and connected to a database. That's already done. Different type of architecture. Okay. So here there is a concept of 2-tier, 3-tier, and 4-tier architecture. Okay. What is 3-tier and what is 4-tier architecture of MicroStrategy? A different type of architecture.
Have we covered that?
No, we haven't covered.
Okay.
Okay. So this one. So we have three. You can see here there are 3 project sources, right?
Yes.
If you go here, create new not project, modify project source, you can see here the server name.
Yes.
So this is an intelligent server name. Okay. Now if you cancel it and if you go to here, modify project source, you can't see the server.
The connection mode is direct, so it's just to the metadata database.
Yeah, it's directly going to metadata, and it have and the projects under this will have data warehouses, but it will not working through the intelligence server. Okay?
Sorry, I think it will not working for the intelligence server.
No. So let me. So I'm looking for a diagram for that. Give me a moment.
I think I read some material that says there are two kinds of connection. One is the direct connection, the other one is the three-tier connection.
Yes.
So are these the two kinds of architecture?
Yes.
So then how about the four-tier architecture?
Yeah, in four-tier architecture there will be web component. Currently we are behaving everything in on desktop. So that, yeah. So this is the diagram. Yeah. So if this is desktop, okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is desktop, this is warehouse, this is metadata. If you remove this, and if that it directly contacts metadata, directly contacts warehouse, then it will be two-tier project. Remove this intelligence server, this Microstrategy desktop. This is Microstrategy desktop. You can open report here. You can do everything here, right? So this is desktop interface. Now, if you remove this intelligence server from here, so it will directly contact warehouse. It will directly contact metadata. It will be a two-tier project. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you have a web, this intelligence server, so Microstrategy will always go through this server. And this server will take care of communication between warehouse, metadata, and desktop.
Yeah. But in that case, if we use a two-tier architecture,
you will not be able to, in case you will, if you use, select to use only the direct project source, in that case you will not be able to use other components of MicroStrategy.
So, okay, you can only use MicroStrategy desktop
Yes.
that function. Okay.
Yeah. So we never use direct
Okay.
source. Okay.
Okay.
Now, three-tier means it will have a web server component. If you do not have it, you will not be able to view reports from web.
So I think to build reports from the web, not
Sorry?
view reports. I think to build a report or view report.
Yeah, it is to view report, but if you want to view report from web, you need a separate server for that. Hello?
Sorry, I'm a bit confused. So after we set up the reporting settings, I think the customer can only see the report. They cannot do any change like the column content or the format, everything about that. So how can they create a report through the web server?
I'm not saying that they will create report. They will use, they will see reports from web. And just to see reports from web, you will
they will use report. Okay.
Use, yeah. View
like read only, right?
No, so for users it will be read only. For us as a developer, we will have limited functionalities available there. You can create reports there as well, but the functionalities that is available on desktop is much more. Is the features available here are more than browser, means the web. Web has limited features. You can use, create, or you can add some elements from web also, but that feature is limited.
Oh, I see.
That will come later. I will explain you, so don't get confused.
Okay.
This is also an interface to view reports, and this is called four-tier architecture.
Okay.
Yeah. So importance. So what is the importance of two-tier projects? So two-tier projects can be used to train people the basic concepts of MicroStrategy. It is not required to view reports from web. Just need to view, just to give a concept how MicroStrategy works, how tables are created, how formatting can be done. You can use direct project source.
Yes.
But in case there are multiple users, okay, they want to access reports on, let's say they are currently there are too many users. In that case, you will need intelligence server. If you want to use web server just to connect from web server, you will need intelligence server. If you want to use other components of MicroStrategy, it will able to connect between these components only using MicroStrategy intelligence server. So that's why intelligence server is required. And the four-tier architecture is required for view purpose of users. If you do not provide this web server, then what will happen is each client will need to install extra client into his thing.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So that's the importance of three-tier, two-tier, and four-tier projects.
Okay.
Now, multi-source. We will not be practically doing this for us. Multi-source means one project source can be connected to multiple data warehouses. How we can do this? Let me show you example. We can cover it also. So, if you go to a project, let's say Microstrategy tutorial, open project, go to schema, go to warehouse catalog, so here you can see these are the different schemas present. This is example of multi-sourcing. Your tutorial data is one data warehouse. This is one other data warehouse. So it will show the tables from that warehouse. If you click this, it will show the tables from this warehouse. You can select any of these warehouses.
Okay, I see.
This is called as multi-sourcing.
Yeah.
Okay, but in most of the
Hello?
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it got disconnected after every 1 hour.
Yeah.
Now we figured it out that it always disconnected after 1 hour. So you got the point of multi-source, right?
Yeah.
So the tables to be available here. So go to project configuration, database instances. Here you can see these all are selected. If you deselect it, it is not getting selected here. It is default. We are currently using it. We are also using the tables from this database. That's why it is not getting deselected. So whatever database instance you will select here, it will be present in the warehouse catalog of MicroStrategy. Okay.
Can you repeat it?
These are the database instance. Database instance is MicroStrategy part of data warehouse through which it gets connected and through. So database instance is MicroStrategy data warehouse, and data warehouse in database is a separate concept, and data warehouse from database get connected to database instance of MicroStrategy using DSN.
Sorry. So I think the data warehouse instance connect to the data source and
data warehouse. Yeah, so MicroStrategy warehouse connects to DSN through DSN. It's a mechanism, it's a means. It's
yeah,
a
data source
method
name.
to connect to data warehouse. Yeah. This you can consider it as DBI, you can consider it as data warehouse, and this is DSN, which has it acts as a plugin between these two.
Oh, so DBI is in the MicroStrategy part set.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so this is called as multi-sources.
Mhm.
Now there are two other things: object manager and command manager. Okay. This we will be covering in the last. This will be the last topic.
Okay.
So let me give you a brief idea about object manager. What object manager do is, if you have this project, you can duplicate this project.
Yeah, duplicate, just like copy it. Yeah.
Yeah. So and call one of the project as development, other project as production. Okay. So once you create a duplicate, the duplicated project will have everything. Now, in case you do some changes on the development project and want to migrate or move those objects from development to production, so you will use object manager for that.
So
just understand this, and we will cover it later.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Command manager is an automation tool. I have already explained while I was explaining this slide. So command manager is an admin tool, and it can be used to automate processes in Microstrategy. Just for now, remember this. If required, we will cover it later. Okay.
Okay.
Because these are the things which are not basically related with development. Now, we have schema objects, right?
Yeah.
So schema objects, you can see warehouse catalog, logical table, logical package, create attributes, facts, hierarchies, transformation in depth details. So these are required to be done on details. It will require details.
Okay.
So warehouse catalog, you know where we find warehouse catalog.
Yes. Yes.
In schema, this is the warehouse catalog.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
Now you can select database instance and you can pull these tables into your warehouse.
Yeah.
Also, there are certain things like in warehouse catalog, there are certain options you should know. So this button is to update read warehouse catalog. Okay. Sometimes it has that read warehouse catalog.
To read the warehouse catalog.
Yes.
Read. Okay.
It means that if you select some database instance, it is instantly showing all the tables, but sometimes it happens it doesn't show all the tables. Let's say you create new tables in the data warehouse in the database, okay, and you want to have those tables present here. So you will say just say read, so it will refresh this table list and it will include the new table as well. Okay. And there are other things like so let's say sometimes it happens that you change the structure of this table. Can you? Noise is coming from your background. I'm not able to hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, it's now okay. So PT control country says if you see the table structure.
Okay, so you mean just providing your email ID right now, so you don't want to send
again.
You don't want
to
send your email ID.
Yeah, there's another trainer taking the training now.
Oh, okay. Can you come a little bit away from there? It will be good. Yeah, so you can see the name of columns and the data type. If you change anything here, it means any data type or name of the column, if you add any extra column so in the database, not here, You can do that in the database. After doing that, it will not show those changes until and unless you update the structure of the table. Okay. So whenever you add any new column or you modify a new already existing column, you need to right click that table and say update structure. Getting my point?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's about warehouse catalog. Do you have any questions on this?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
So warehouse catalog is completed.
Okay, so I'm going to close this computer. So okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay,
Now
that's fine.
logical tables and logical sizes.
Okay, so that's good.
Yes.
Now what is logical
No, I
table?
don't want to
All the tables you see here are called as logical tables.
Okay, sure.
You see here logical table. So why it is logical table?
Yeah, I know.
Because
2 hours,
it
I
is
know.
not.
Yeah, maybe
not,
next week, Neil, next week we could have 2 hour and a half.
Can you mute
I mean,
yourself?
2.5 hour session. That's better, I think.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah, I was saying, can you mute yourself for some time? I mean, so if whenever they speak, you can mute yourself. So these are logical tables. This is we are calling as logical table because these are not the physical tables that is there in database. It is just an instance of that table which store some sample data plus the table structure. That's it. That's why we call it as logical table. So this is logical table. If you click on this and edit it, so here you can see logical size. Okay. So the logical size is 15. So you can see the logical size for each table. 14. So these are logical size and it.
Sorry.
So what does the logical size mean?
Yeah, logical size means that what number of attributes it has been created based on this table. And let's say there are two metrics, sales coming from this table as well as this table. And if something it happens, sometimes it happens that for a single report it can get data from two different tables. Okay, it can get data from two different tables.
Yeah,
the same data can be fetched from two different tables. So Microstrategy needs to decide from which table to take the data.
Yes.
So it will use the least logical size table to fetch data. And
I see.
Yeah, and logical table size depends on the number of attributes that is created on top of that. Let's say from this, if you see, there are two different attributes created on top of this. Okay.
Yes.
So, and if there are other tables,
may I write it at your laptop?
Okay. Let's say if you create multiple, let's say if you create three attributes from one table and two attributes from another table, so the table from which you are creating two attributes will have lesser logical table size than the table from which you have created three attributes. Okay.
But I think we just get the table from the data source, so I think the attribute is based on the table. I mean, if we create three attributes based on one table, and then the table should have a larger size. Is that right?
Yes.
A larger logical size.
Right.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
For now, let's just remember this, and the use case will become more clear once we start actually seeing that. if we face that issue, means it should go there, why it is going to that table.
Okay.
So in that case, we will decide how to change the table logical size so that it will go to the correct table. So these are basically advanced concepts. You should just know why the table logical size is provided.
Okay. I think I will explain to you in
so logical table size is done. We have creation of attributes, facts. So creation of attributes you have created.
Okay, sure.
So you have all created all the attributes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't do the transformations and for hierarchies. I don't create it, and I just put a parent and children. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the relation. If you define the relationship, you can create hierarchies based on your requirement. It totally depends. So I told you yesterday also that hierarchy will be covered when we will start using prompts, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will concentrate first on attribute, facts, hierarchies. You know what it is, but you have not created any, right? You have not created.
So can you show me what do you mean to create a hierarchy?
Create a hierarchy means grouping of attributes into one hierarchy. Let's say you have relationship between month, year, quarter, month, day, year, quarter, month, week and day, 5 different levels, right? Now for a report you just want to have a hierarchy, year, month and quarter, not day and not week. In that case you have already defined relationship between all these attributes. Whenever you create a new hierarchy, you will include only these 3 attributes and it will create a separate hierarchy. And you can use that hierarchy in any of the report directly.
Okay.
So you will understand this only when you start using that. That's why explaining hierarchy doesn't make any sense right now.
Okay.
You will get confused. So we will do that later. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So hierarchies and transformation we will cover later. So for now, what is remaining between introduction, configuration object and schema object? So the remaining part is hierarchies, transformation, and then set up metadata to project source, and then some concept of object manager and command manager, right?
Okay, sure.
Sorry.
I'm saying that the topics that is left in introduction, configuration object and schema objects are set up the metadata to project source, that is remaining.
Yeah, I do have it.
Right?
Yeah.
Some concepts of object manager and command manager remaining.
Yes.
And then creation of hierarchies and transformation is remaining.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So we have covered attribute at least in depth and facts and depth.
Okay.
Yeah. So these 3 topics are covered till now. So yeah. And in public objects we have created metrics, filters. Means we have started. If we have not completed, we have started creating metrics, filters. We have created reports as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we are covering public objects, and public objects will take most of the time.
Okay.
We will be spending most of our time in public objects. So before going there are certain things in the administration part.
Yeah.
CI introduction, Microstrategy architecture, Microstrategy desktop, web, Microstrategy server, project creation, folder structure. So yeah, these are the things that will get covered while creating all these objects.
Okay.
So it will automatically get covered, like Microstrategy desktop. We are working on Microstrategy desktop. Once we start viewing reports on web, that will cover Microstrategy web.
Okay.
Okay. servers we can cover one by one. Like we have two different servers for us right now. One is intelligence server and one is web server. I will show you how to start and stop intelligence server and web server. Project creation, we will do that also. Folder structure, we have already seen. We will be dealing only with public objects and schema objects. And these are the folder structure.
This is a print.
These are the public objects. These are the schema objects.
Yeah, so what's up?
So there is nothing special about folders. So just understand these are the folder structure. So in administration, there is nothing much to cover. Yeah. So in the last 2 or 3 classes, we will devote that for administration part. Last 2 or 3 classes.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
from now to the next 5-10 classes, we will be focusing mostly on public objects.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a pure development thing.
Sorry.
It will be purely development part.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have created all the attributes. Now, what can we do? So we have only 10 minutes left. So what we can do is, I will give you assignments based on whatever we did till now, because our next class will happen on either Monday or Tuesday. There is no classes on Saturday or Sunday as per Vamsi's note. There is holiday, I guess, tomorrow, so there will not be any class on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Maybe Monday there will be class. They will notify you.
Oh yeah, no problem.
And I have some assignments. I will mail it to Vamsi, and he will mail it to you.
Yes,
okay.
So based on whatever we have covered, I will give you an assignment.
Okay, no problem. And you can also give me something more. I will try to find some material online. It's okay.
Yeah, I will give you a PDF document. It will have most of the things, so you will be able to understand most of the things, and you can ask questions directly to me in the next session. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. So for now, let's close for now. Stop here, and we'll continue on Monday.
Okay.
Okay, because only 10 minutes are left. Can't start anything.
So, what's the start time of Monday's session?
If it will happen, then it will be again 8:30. The same time we started today. Or on Tuesday also the same time will be there.
Okay.
Only for Wednesday it will be 10 p.m. Otherwise it will be always 8:30.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you are okay, I can take multiple sessions for one day. It's okay.
Yeah, but they are not agreeing for that.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. So they are saying that there are no one to see everything, so to manage everything. The process is there. So
okay.
They do not allow me to. That's okay. I will also not be able to take more than 3 hour sessions. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine. Means 2 classes are more than enough. Means. Let's grasp it gradually so that you can understand it better. If you have 6 classes in a day, then you will not be able to understand each and everything.
That's okay. I have plenty of time for now. Every day I just take a session and do by myself.
Do some practice from your side as well. Give us enough practice material today that you can continue with your practice.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay then.
Okay. See you next Monday.
Have a good day. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye. Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you for patience.